Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations, and I'm here making fast and fabulous folios today. I was already making some to send out as happy mail, and so I thought I would share it with you. All I'm using is an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper to create this folio, and it's a 3-pocket folio. I've simply tied this one shut with some chenille yarn. However, you could use whatever you want. And when you open it up, it looks like this, and there are 3 pockets that are inside. And of course, you can decorate this as much or as little as you want. You can change up how you close it. There's a lot of different things that you can do. So this is how I'm going to go ahead and start it out, is across the bottom. So we're going to use a scoreboard. If you don't have a scoreboard, you can also just use a ruler and mark it if you would like. I'm going to mark this at the 6-inch across the bottom, so this will be 6 inches tall. And then we need to make some vertical lines. So this is at 11, and actually I can't remember where I put these, so it looks like it was at 8 and 3. There we go. So we're going to come into the 8, and then we're also going to come into the 3-inch. So these are in inches. I have no idea what the centimeters would make that. And then what we're going to do, if we were to simply take this and fold this up, which we could, part of the problem is going to be that this part that's going to become the pockets will not fold, and you'll have really weird gaps. So what we need to do is do some trimming first. And I think the easiest way to do this is we're simply going to cut just a very narrow strip up to where that line is that you've marked. And I'm going to cut down this way. I may flip the other one over because you need to make sure that you get it right up to the edge, and I didn't do that on this one. I'm going to flip it over and try that one more time, and then just make it line up with the pieces that I already have. At this point, you simply fold up your pockets. If I can get a hold of it, we're going to fold up our pockets like this. And then you need to glue them. Now, before I glue anything, I like to give everything one last good press. And that will help everything lay more flat when we're done. And so I am going to just run a little bead of glue along the edge of each of these. All right, I have my lid off. And I'm just going to run a real thin bead along the edge of each of these. There we go. And then one along this edge too. This way they stay folded up. And I'm going to go ahead and fold that one up. And then because I'm using Fabri-Tac, if you used like tape, clear tape, that might hold much faster. But I will go back and press everything down one last time to make sure that it stays glued. But I like to try to go right along the edge so that I have as much pocket space as I possibly can have. But you'll see real quickly here, I'll show you that if you don't make those cuts and you try to just fold it, what's going to happen is it won't close. All right, now I have all 3 pockets done. And so technically that's all you need to do. You've got it, it'll fold shut, and it'll look like that. Now, if you want, you can go back and decorate it. So for example, on this one, I used a decorative punch on the edges, and then I added a few things to the pockets. And so if you wanted to do that, you can go back and decorate it. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate mine so you can follow along with that as well. So the first thing I want to do is add a little bit of interest by doing something decorative to the corners, and I am simply using, this is I believe it's We Are Memory Keepers Crocodile Corner Chomper. I'm using the deco one, so we're going to get a little bit of interest on the top. You could also do your bottom corners if you wanted to, but I'm going to just leave it this way. So now we've got a little bit more interest to the corners. Another thing that makes everything pop or stand out a little bit more is to go in and add some distress ink and some distress ink. And so I'm going to grab my distress ink and go ahead and add some distress ink so those corners will really stand out. All right, so now I've got the outside distressed. I think this is really pretty just the way it is, and I do have some other things on here, but I think I'm going to add a couple of more items, and then we're just going to fill this up. So what I have, I've printed out some stickers. Everything I'm using today is from my Regency 1 and Regency 2 printable kit, and these are just stickers. I went ahead and de-stressed around the edges of this sticker, and I'm just going to stick this one right here, and I'm going to keep just putting on a few layers. Here I have a stamp, I'll put it there. I have some faux washi tape, if you will. We'll add that there. And then last but not least, I have this sticker that it's not a real wax seal, obviously it's a sticker, and we're going to add that piece as well. And put that right there. And then I have two more stickers. This is just one of the blue pieces. It's like a label. We're going to add that over here to this edge. And I have a stamp. Now these are from, I printed on some stamp paper that I got from Suzy at Paper Harbor Co. So I will link her in the description box below as well. But I love using stamps, and so this was just a real pretty piece that I added to it. We're just going to go like that. And now it's done and it's ready to be filled up. And so I'm going to throw a couple of tags in these little corner pockets. So these are great if you have smaller tags that will fit in there. And then everything else will fit in this back pocket. I'm going to slide this one in. And let's do these two. So I've got one of these and one of these. I like to fan things out a little bit into the pockets so that they stand out a little bit better and you have different layers. We have this one and we have this one. And then I'm going to throw in a thing of stamps also. We'll put that over here. And then all we need is, again, something to tie it shut with. You can get really fancy schmancy if you want and do a hole and a twist tie piece here. But this is supposed to be fast and fabulous and not a lot of things required. So I am going to simply close this up now with this little piece of chenille yarn. And if I can do this, we'll be done. And there you go. That's your fast and fabulous folio. I hope I've inspired you to be creative today.